What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host. I'm LESKUZZY, and that's Nick215, and we are back with another episode. So, to anyone watching us and listening to us on all streaming platform, we want to say thank you for tuning in to Whenever You're Here podcast. And without further ado, man, how you doing, my brother?
I'm vibing. Life is good. I'm chilling today. And I gotta go to work after this, so I'm chilling. How you doing?
I'm doing great. So we're gonna, you know what? Might as well. We're gonna start with the news of the day. The breaking news that I just got in. The Eagles yesterday, during the games, fired their defensive coordinator Sean Desai, and Matt Patricia was not under contract with the Eagles, so he's also decided he's leaving the Eagles and looking for better opportunities. That's
Oh
what
yeah.
he.
This is definitely a coaching problem. Alright, I see it. I see
So
it. Yeah.
so so today, right before we got on this podcast, the Eagles has reported that they their first interview was Ron Rivera. Uh, I don't give a shit if we like if Ron Rivera is a good head coach I don't care if he has a great track record of a defensive coordinator that was in 2005. Shit has
Mhm.
changed since 2005. So
It's true.
I want to say before
Ron
we
Rivera he's nice, but
yeah,
he's
but
also associated with them Panthers teams that suck.
yeah,
Um
well, before we even get that, I want to give y'all because I looked this up right now. So what? Let's. So I went because I just found out that they're trending as a. This is his track record as a defensive coordinator. He has ranked in 2004. His defense was ranked top 15, top 12, like number 12 total defense, number 13 scoring defense. In 2005, number 2 total defense, number 1 scoring defense. In 2006, number 5 defense, number 3 scoring defense. 2007, number 14, number 5 scoring defense. DC part of the season after he was a DC most of 2008, number 25, number 15 scoring defense. 2009, number 16, number you know 11, and the highest he ever got was number 1 total defense, but into the 2010. I don't
so
give a so he has a
it don't
great
sound like
track,
a bad record, I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, as a defensive coordinator, but that has changed. That was in 2010. Shit has changed since 2010. And his track record as he's called, I think he was the one calling defenses. If he wasn't, I don't know. He probably had the scheme, the defense on the Washington Commanders. They were ranked dead last in defense. They allowed the most touchdowns. So I don't know if I want him to be our
Wait,
defensive coordinator.
what team?
He was the head coach for the Commanders before he got fired, but his defense was ranked number last.
It's the command. Who is on the Commanders?
I don't know,
See, we
but
have we have like weapons, so you gotta like and when he was going number one back in 2004 or 2010, what what teams was he under? I believe he was under the Panthers,
uh,
who
so
means he's under was that
so
Julius Peppers and a couple. He had a couple of weapons
of
on that
course
defense.
the fourth perhaps the role interim. That's because of the. So he also come. He also became a first tested defensive play calling. Hold on. So he did try. He called plays as a defense this year after he fired Jack Del Rio. But so with the Panthers, yes, he took over head coaching for the Panthers. He had 2 stints as a coordinator. A former NFL coordinator for the Chicago Bears and the Chargers. And of
Oh, so
course,
The Bears is come on. The Bears, they had Brian Urlacher and all those. That
Yeah,
was a great defense
yeah.
back
The,
when he did that. And I
and
believe they went to the Super Bowl around that time. And
of
then the
course
Chargers,
then he said, of course, now this the article said, of course, Rivera is the fourth and perhaps fourth and perhaps his final season as a head coach. The commander, as he head coach, assumed the role of interim defensive corner over the last 5 games this year. This is after firing defensive corner Jake Del Rio on Friday. The uh Rivera's first test as a defensive play caller will be a difficult one. He has extra day off and they're playing Thursday high on 10. So the last 5 games, let's see how did they do the Commanders. So he was the calling place for the last 5 games. So
and they didn't do too well. They did okay.
all right, so they
Stopping the
beat
Eagles, I guess, wasn't a big deal because we played like
one
shit.
two.
But
No,
he
no,
did do well against the Eagles at the end
yeah, but he was not the defensive coordinator that day.
during
He
that game. Okay,
Yeah, he started
the
the he
Cowboys.
the Cowboys game the day after the Cowboys. So
Mm,
the Dolphins, Dolphins, Rams, Jets, uh 49ers and the Cowboys again. So I don't like the way these teams are scoring like 20 above 20. We need to find somebody else. I'm sorry. I
yeah,
think we need.
you don't think he should come back to defensive coordinator?
Mm-mm.
I mean, it might. It depends.
I'm
It
not
depends who
saying
you have as weapons.
yeah,
Also,
but I'm also saying this because the last time he was a defensive corner, that was 2010. In 2010,
true.
the
Whole
quarterback
different
says
league.
it was a whole different league. So I'd rather have somebody who's already part of like who's already involved in defense. And I think we need people. Okay, mind you, one thing: do not hire anybody under Mike, whatever Vic Fangio. Don't hire nobody under that tree. That tree
Michael
has
Vick.
not the coach, the defensive coach for the Dolphins, Vic Fangio, because that's why we hired Sean Desai because he was under Vic Fangio, right? Don't hire nobody under his tree. If they work with Vic Fangio and Vic Fangio is their mentor, do not hire them. They did terrible this year, including their mentor himself. So
Hey, they
I
all
need
had a bad year.
all of them. So don't hire. If they have any Vic Fangio references, don't hire. One, top of my list, I did say go to Michigan. Second, people on the list, go somewhere. A defensive assistant. There's a defense. First of all, I think you need to go back to the Ravens because I found this out. The defensive back coach from last year, the why when we had all those picks, he left and went to the Ravens. Bring him back. I think this time bring him back as a defensive coordinator because he played. I think that's the only one who can actually revive a James Bradbury. If because we stuck with James Bradbury for 3 years, so he's the only one I believe who can revive his career.
We could trade Bradbury and get lucky because depending on who's looking at the trade, would say, "Oh, still a nice cornerback." Um, but we are stuck with him for a little bit. We are. I think. I don't think. I think he just maybe had a bad year. It's possible. Like Nandi Asuma was never a bad safety. We just didn't play the right defense that he's used to, which is a
Mhm.
zone, and he was also great on a bad team. And some of those players that's good on a bad team are like average on another team. Just like Kevin Love was like average
Mhm.
power forward, but he was amazing on the Timberwolves. But it's I don't know, it's a lot more factors, and I think coaches is one of them. So we could try to get a different coach and then see how this year goes with Bradbury. Reaching down to
Mm.
college is kind of crazy. I don't think everybody keeps saying we should reach down to college. I don't
No,
know about that one.
I only, I think the only thing I didn't say, oh, you should start hiring every college coach. I just said that the probably two schools I believe have great defenses is Michigan and or Georgia, but you gotta hire assistant coordinators. Don't if the or the actual coordinator, because
Mm-hmm.
I just found out the coordinator who's now coordinating for the Ravens was the defensive coordinator for the Michigan. That's
Mm.
what I say. If you can convince the Michigan coordinator to come, since John Harbaugh is coming to the NFL, if you can try to persuade him not to go with John and come to the Eagles, that would be great, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be super great. But
And we have too many weapons for y'all to really mess up. Like honestly, I
yeah,
should be
yeah.
able to go in there and coach a game and win. Like it's so many weapons on our defense is ridiculous.
Yes, and I think also the other thing I need y'all to understand is this year, Nick Sirianni, this you them practicing in pairs like 9 days out of the whole 2 months training camp should go away, because it kind of showed the missed tackles. I think y'all need to start. I rather y'all practice almost every single day that's possible to practice, right? With pads on, like how the Chiefs did it, and you have less missed tackles because you're teaching them fundamentals. They're hitting each other. That even though I know you're doing this so that you avoid injuries, is injuries are part
No,
of the
nobody knows how to tackle.
yeah,
Please,
yeah.
please.
I rather y'all just y'all learn how to tackle.
I'd rather a injury filled season and y'all come back next season knowing how to tackle or something, something. Because I'm sick of seeing y'all arms just flailing.
Yeah.
It's
All
crazy.
right. So yeah, but I think the two top candidates, if the Michigan coordinator, if you can get him, get somebody from the Chiefs, because the Chiefs didn't allow any team to go above 20
This season.
or this season.
Hmm.
So
And they
anybody,
said the Chiefs were struggling.
yeah. So that defense has played great. So they had. I know for a fact that you can't get the defensive coordinator because he will probably want a head coach job. So get somebody like his defensive assist coordinator. These like these assistant defensive coordinator assistant. Don't get DB coaches. I need somebody who overall had worked with the whole like assisted on the whole defense. So that, or go to the Ravens,
Hmm.
get our old defensive coordinator from old DB coach from last year, because he already knows our team. He already knows some of the players on our team, or get the assistant coordinator from the Ravens.
Hmm.
That's supposed to be top of your list. Then we need young. Other thing, the reason why I'm saying that we need also young people who bring a fresh light. Don't bring somebody who already be defensive coordinator ages ago, and they're gonna fail bad
Yeah, he
because
probably is a huge possibility
yeah,
that he will fail.
yeah. So I need somebody who's not very young, but young enough to to be a fresh pair of bring a fresh type of defense, like how you did when you hit the home run with John Gannon, who's now um the coach for the Arizona Cardinals. Do that. If you hit somebody else, yeah, like that, like how you did it. Like, I don't. I believe. I think since you haven't fired Brian Johnson, I believe Brian Johnson's coming back. I don't know how I feel about that. There's a lot of things I don't. I feel, yeah. And people, to all the fans, I know we say we ain't gonna start with the Eagles, but shit, it's breaking news. It just came on ESPN. We were not planning to talk about the Eagles until breaking news. I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about you not firing Brian Johnson because his play call. He needs. Maybe you're trying to see if he improves in year two as a play caller, but
I don't know. I
I
don't know.
he gotta do something. He
I
gotta
think they gotta go in there and figure out exactly what the problem is.
because
I
on the
know.
offense, I know the problem on the offense. He Brian Johnson number one.
Mm,
Maybe is his maybe him knowing Jalen too long, like since he was a baby. I think him and Jalen gotta sit down and he gotta and because I heard this, I don't know if it's true or not, but the rumor is that Jalen you audible and freelance most of the plays. Like that came to the testament when AJ Brown said against the Seahawks, the last play when they threw like the deep pass, that was not
that wasn't supposed to happen.
that was not supposed to happen. They were supposed to go and kick a field goal, but they wanted a touchdown and Jalen audible into a different play. So I think he gotta come and tell him, no, if you're gonna audible to a play, that's gonna help us, not hurt us.
Hmm.
I don't know how they're gonna do that because I remember last year Sean, like when Sean Stacken was like giving Jalen audible, he told him you audible into plays where we get you can guarantee our players can catch the ball. Don't audible into crazy plays. The other thing you gotta learn how to when you're going against team that blitz a lot, run slants. Don't run comebacks. Don't run straight routes, deep passes. That's dumb as hell. There's too, that's a too long of a route to develop for you to be against the blitz.
Yeah.
Uh,
Also, we have to catch the blitz. I don't know what was
yeah,
going on, but none of these blitzes
y'all
were
got
catched
y'all gotta
for a whole
y'all
game.
gotta
Like,
also bring if you know that to go make sure that the the running back stay back, everything. But now with that, that's for the Eagles side. Now let's get into the divisional rounds of of the playoffs. We had four games that played this weekend, two yesterday Sunday, and two on Saturday. I can tell you guys, I didn't watch none of the Saturday games in full totality, except for the 49ers and Packers. Uh so I will start with the Ravens. I watched here and there. I was watching in and out the game, so I
hmm.
can tell you how you know, how I see it. I saw it, and how I believe it's gonna turn out. Right. Uh so it was a close game until the second half. It was 10-10 going into halftime, and after that, shit went left for the Texans. Great story, great season for CJ Stroud, but y'all went against
Great,
the Ravens.
great
Y'all
season
went
for
against
sure.
y'all went against the Ravens. The Ravens, Lamar. Plus, y'all went against Lamar. Lamar proved why, because all this the whole time I say he doesn't win in the playoffs. That niggas took that to the chin and literally blew the shit out of the Texans in the second half. 31-10. The I think the freaking Ravens didn't allow a touchdown after that. Uh, you Lamar ran for 100 yards, scored two touchdowns, rushing touchdown, two touchdowns throwing. The first player to ever do that. Uh, they look like they are the best team right now in the playoffs left, and
Um, I
I
remember
can
last year when the Eagles looked like that, and who stopped it? The Chiefs.
yeah, but
Um,
I'm not saying, but don't forget the Eagles did when we played the Chiefs. No, but the Chiefs also look great when they were playing. I'm
yeah,
talking
they look great
yeah,
right now. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, they
All
look
that,
great.
all that stuff y'all was saying about, oh, they don't look that good, blah blah blah. Listen,
Yeah,
y'all
they
just
look.
lying.
No, I don't say I'm not saying that I was lying. More of that was their best game. Yesterday's game, they played their best game the entire year,
Yeah, that
and
might
they
be the
did it.
best game of the year, honestly.
Yeah, that was the best game of the year. But the Chiefs played their best. total football of the year yesterday, and from the receivers' points, like I give them props. They didn't do much mistakes that they did all throughout the year, and it panned out for them winning.
If
So
Stephon Diggs caught that
y-
ball, boy,
mhm,
if that touchback, oh my
yeah,
God, so many
there's a
things.
lot. Yeah, but now let's talk to the 49ers. I think people need to. I think y'all need to owe Cam Newton an apology. I think we're gonna start with this when he said, I don't know how many quarterbacks he named. Like they're just game managers. They're not like start. They're not big. They're not starters or they're not game changers. They're just game managers. He probably was spot on with it because I watched the bro. I'm gonna lie. The 49ers almost lost that game on Saturday.
Mm.
They almost lost that game. It was just one mistake that happened. One mistake. I want to say was it yeah two mistakes but one mistake, but it was two interception by Jordan Love, but the last one I don't count it as well it was he just did a stupid play, but I think the two interception cost the Packers, especially the first interception. I think he just overread. Yeah, he just overread.
You all right?
And my
I didn't watch the game, so I don't know.
all right,
But
so yeah,
it was a close one, 21 to what was it, 21-20 or 24
it
to 21?
was it was a
It was,
close game. I want to say this, man, for the Packers. How lucky can y'all be? Like Packers, how lucky can y'all be? Like I want to know, like Packers, do y'all have like a crystal ball when every time like y'all just draft quarterback, y'all draft quarterbacks and they end up
and they're
looking
nice.
like looking like future Hall of Famers.
All of them
And
nice.
y'all drafted Aaron Rodgers when Brett Favre was still playing. Aaron Rodgers said, I think what 3 years behind Brett Favre, right?
They didn't draft Favre, but after Favre, they've been perfect.
Yeah,
Literally
like
everybody they put in that position
yeah,
has
like
been a good quarterback.
y'all had Brett Favre. Y'all had drafted Aaron Rodgers after Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre for 3 years, and Aaron Rodgers became he's a future Hall of Famer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then after Brett Favre, yeah, when you drafted Jordan Love 4 years ago, Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers almost for 3 years, 3 years and a half, and he looks like he's a great quarterback. Just you can see that he's going through the growing pains of being a full time starter, right? But that boy can spin that ball, and he looks like I go lie. Maybe that's their secret. Like you let them
Have
sit,
your next core QB sit behind a legendary QB, and then it
yeah,
works. It just
and
works.
and somehow
It makes
I
sense if you think about
and
it.
you see when you watch Jordan Love, because I didn't like Jordan Love at first, but when I watch Jordan Love, he looks like Erod, like he's how he throws the ball. He's just it's like I'm like, bro, did they just get Erod and make him younger with the afro and his half white, half black? Because he looks like A-Rod out there throwing, spinning the ball with the flick of the wrist sometimes, throwing the ball side arms, bro. He's he's great.
Mm.
It's just you could see in that play against the 49ers, the interception where it got bounced off from the hand and ended up being an interception. He overthrows. One thing I see, he throws the ball too high sometimes. When the pressure is coming to him, he throws the ball over too high. That caused the first interception. Then that ended up making the 49ers score a touchdown. Because if he didn't throw that interception, I believe that they could have won this game because they had great control of the game. He was the best quarterback on that field. He played the best game, except for the two interceptions, but he played the best game out of the two quarterbacks. Brock Petty. Now, I want to say this. I don't want to say this as a not to Brock Pitt to any to all the 49ers. You might say I'm a hating person, but I don't think Brock Purdy is going to be a long term answer. I'm just saying he's not going to be
Uh,
that.
you don't think
I
so?
don't. I don't think he's the long term answer. One, I'm not like if the maybe I don't know if it's his ability or he needs to work around it. But when the conditions are not as perfect, he doesn't play great
Yeah,
because he that the I didn't know this when I guess when they played against the Cleveland Browns, it was pouring raining. It was raining. He played a bad game. In this game, he did the same thing. Played in a wet game. It was raining, pouring raining nonstop. Stop pouring rain, and also ended up being it ended up being he didn't play great. Debo left the game early. He had like a shoulder injury, but there's a lot of things I take away from that game. But I believe if they play, I don't know. I want to say the Lions might go to the Super Bowl this year. I had the 49ers going at first. I was confident in the 49ers,
the
but
Lions might do it, boy.
the
But
Lions might do
but
it.
look at who the Lions are playing though. I will say
But
that the Lions
I'm
ain't played nobody that was
yeah,
them.
I
You
understand.
know, like it's
Yeah,
the
I understand that.
Cowboys. We know the Cowboys. They not them. And then the Buccaneers, and that was
I
still a
know.
close game until halftime because
Yeah,
they went crazy.
yeah. I want to say
Um,
the Lions. That okay. I can give you that. The Lions didn't play nobody yet in the playoffs, but that was the same thing with the Eagles last year. That's why then the Eagles didn't play nobody until they played nobody. And one thing the Lions can do, and I'll give them credit, they can stop the run. They can stop the run when they have to. But the problem is, this way the Lions' problem. I said they might. I don't think they can, but they might. The problem with the Lions is that their corners, man, their corners are I don't they are something to be desired with.
mm,
They're not good. They're not bad. They're not good either. They're just average.
I think
And
every NFC team is kind of average. AFC are like above and beyond, but you have to tell if it's fake or not. Like the Dolphins are above
yeah,
and beyond offense, but the Chiefs
that
found the answer. The Chiefs is the only team that's been like tested and battle hardened. So they're the ones that they're the favorites to make it. So that's why I
mm,
think the Ravens won't make it. I want them to make it because I don't want this Taylor Swift bullshit. Um,
I could
but
like
and I want Lamar Jackson because he's black
okay.
to
This
do what he
this
got to
this is
do.
a this
But
I'll stand with you on that one, but
yeah,
at the same time, I think one thing that I think the Chiefs haven't played somebody like y'all can say Jalen Hurts, but at the same time they haven't played somebody like Lamar though. That's the other thing, and they haven't played against an offense like the Ravens because you can't rep. There's I don't think there's a team that has the same offense as the Ravens because the Ravens do this. I want to let y'all know the Ravens are a team that's super. They would play bad one half and this next half they're gonna blow you up. But because the Ravens, I think they've played at like what couple good teams and they've blown them out. So I can say the Ravens they have that defense makes it hard. It makes it hard to judge. That defense makes it hard to judge how good the Ravens are because when the Ravens defense when they go against a team that they know that this team can beat them, somehow they just turn into this historic defense and they don't like that team. That team doesn't play great. And the Ravens just blew out like when they played the 49ers. We were like, oh man, 49ers, Ravens. Then the score was super it was bad. Like the Ravens just blew out the 49ers like it was not they were like a team that was not Super Bowl. The 49ers are not a Super Bowl bound team.
A lot of these teams look very, very promising and very good during the regular season. But if you really look at everything and
Y-
don't just pay attention to stats, like if you really watch them, or if you
Yeah.
really seen the players and seen them for a while, a lot of these people they're one trick ponies. They good at one thing, not the other. They're okay.
Yeah,
Like
I think
there's no team that's really that good. There's no
I don't know. I
Patriots.
don't
Like
I gonna lie. I don't
there's no
know what
Packers. There's no
I really don't know. I don't really don't know how you attack the Ravens
there's no
on
Colts.
defense.
Like it's no
I would say
2000 good teams.
I could say, oh, you can attack the Ravens this way, so you have a best chance. You can, I'll say, run the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the best idea you can throw. They
And
got
most of
two,
them, they get defeated by one thing. All we did was play a zone all game. Like what?
but
That's all you did.
but
Like,
that's the one thing. That's the other thing. This
like
I gonna lie. When I'm watching this game, when we're gonna talk about the Chiefs and the Bills, because we get into the Ravens and Chiefs. One thing I want, this is gonna be a defensive mastermind because they do this. Particularly, the Ravens do the same thing that the Chiefs do, but they do it in a way of that the Chiefs are really good at doing it, right? But the Ravens do it also way different. Like the Ravens play like a what a 3-4 type of defense, and when they play that defense, they also disguise what they're doing right before you throw. So when you look down, they're in a totally different defense. Like that's how the Chiefs do too. Like when you're looking up, you could be like, oh, they're coming with the blitz right here. Then when
yeah.
you look down to get the height, is a different defense. So
Hmm.
it's gonna be great to see how Mahomes and Travis Kelsey go against that defense because they have two good linebackers. But now, this is what I'm saying. When you play against the Raven, when now we watched the Chiefs when they played against the Eagles, and I can tell you this: they have a taste of how how to defend Lamar, but they haven't not seen Lamar. Lamar does this year. Lamar has done things that I believe Lamar could have not done a few years ago. Because he might run and you think he's running with the ball. So you gotta come and try and tackle him, and you leaving somebody wide open. And he has weapons now. He has Odell. He has Zay Flowers. He has the rookie tight end Isaiah Likely. I guess they're saying his other tight end he might Mike Adams he might be coming back soon. Uh so yeah. So I don't know how you attack. It is gonna be a great matchup. I think it's gonna be the same like yesterday's matchup when the Bills played the Chiefs, but this one might go to overtime. It
You
might go
think?
to
Wait,
over.
you think? Which one? The Ravens and Chiefs or the?
Mm,
Okay, it might.
the Ra-
It might. I think if the
it
Chiefs
might,
have the
but
right defense.
the one thing I say it might go to overtime. It
Hmm.
just depends. If it goes down to the kicker, I trust the Ravens kicker more than I trust the Chiefs. So it might not go to overtime if comes down to Justin Tucker. Man, Justin Tucker is the GOAT. We used to say Vinatieri was the GOAT. Man, Justin Tucker, that nigga is that boy
That's the
is
new age goat right now, Justin
that
Tucker. Justin Tucker for sure.
that boy is a GOAT. So if it goes down to the kicker game, like kicker, who do you trust on the kicks? I'm going with the person that has a track record to be 95% accurate, and that's that boy just that
I
boy
agree.
just in
Yeah,
time.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That boy just in time. So
I'm gonna be
that's
honest
the
though. I don't trust not one kicker. Justin
I,
Tucker is nice, but I don't trust not one kicker because now,
no. I
as
already
as actually what happened
if
yesterday.
no. You
Come
see,
on, bro. He should have hit
if
that, but
if
uh,
it comes down, if my life depend, and they say who do you need to be a kicker, if you have to trust one kicker, I'm like, man, I don't trust no kick. I only trust two kickers in my life: the Eagles kicker and Justin Tucker. Then they say, oh, if you had other person, I'll go to YouTube destroying. That's the only people I trust.
Mm.
That's the only three people I trust in for when my life depends on it. Everybody else, y'all can kick cross and yeah, that's y'all. I'm not. I don't trust y'all with. I don't know y'all from a kingdom paint. Now let's talk about yesterday games. Yesterday games was the Lions and the Bucks. Great game. Good. I would say it's a great game. I really didn't pay attention to the Lions and the Bucks until the end, but it was a great game. Uh, Baker Mayfield played a great game. I think he threw what one interception or two. I'm not sure how many interceptions he threw, but he threw like an interception to somebody who talk trash. And I hear people, oh, he's not going to talk trash to the 49ers. If y'all don't know CJ Gardner Johnson, that man talks trash. Plus, he already has beef with the 49ers from last year. He was part of the Eagles. So technically speaking, he might feel some type of way and he might try to defend for the Eagles. So I like Jason. I go like I fuck with him. I do. If you don't know, CJ Gardner Johnson is the only player I know who talks trash and still he doesn't care. So he threw Baker Mayfield threw three touchdowns, two interceptions. Played a great game. I can give him that. The last interception kind of cost them the game. And the fun part, the guy who caught the interception when he did his interview, he said, because it's like that play they already that play is their go-to play when they need it the most. They run. He gave the football answer. If you want to hear like somebody explain to you, like a player explain how what they see on film,
Hmm.
he gave you that type of answer of what he saw and what happened. He gave you that football answer. It's like yes. It's like when I saw the formation, I knew they'll run two ways. But their go to is they're gonna run and they're gonna run their tight end to come behind me so that they go to the open space. So I baited. So when I saw the play runner, I was going to my zone and I saw the play runner and I knew what type of play they were running. So I knew, oh, he's trying to hit this man right behind me. So let me just jump the route. And that's how he got the interception. So he's like, you come down to this. He explained it in football terms. It's like a same route. I don't even know what a same route exactly looks like, but he explained it in like football terms. But it made me understand. Okay, this is what he was saying. He's like, I saw this on film. That's what every time they do that. I was like, that's what they do it when they played when the Bucks was it the Packers played the Cowboys. They did the same thing. The guy said the guys who intercepting the pick six. He's like, I knew exactly what play they were running because every time they're gonna do that when they run that play, they never
Hmm.
throw the ball to freaking Brandon Cooks. They always throw it to CD. So I acted like I was going with CD, but I with Brandon Cooks, but I was already kidding on CD, so he picked sixth it. So that was the same type of thing that he was explaining. Now let's talk about the Chiefs versus Bills, man. This was a great. That
Best
was
game this year, bro. That might be the Super Bowl. Super Bowl this year, bro.
man. Bro,
Play
I can
calling,
I can't even
refs.
tell you. I don't know. I don't feel. I want to say I feel bad for the Bills so bad because this is the second time this happened to y'all. But
No,
this
this is
time
a franchise thing. I think they're cursed. I
because
personally think they're cursed.
no, not even the franchise. I'm talking about against the Chiefs. This is the
Well, yes, against the Chiefs, but
this
the
sec.
Chiefs is the best team in the league right now. Like it makes sense to do this.
I'll
But
give it. I'll say it's right now.
back when they went to four different Super Bowls, they did it every single time, and it happens the same way every time. I think they're
Yeah,
cursed.
I think you might be right on that one. You
It
might be right,
happens the
but
same exact way.
but on this type of thing is like I believe I don't know. I don't know Bills. What I don't know what you have to do, but I think y'all gotta pray to God that y'all don't play the Chiefs every single time in the fucking playoffs. Because
Yeah, that
every
that
time,
too. But that's gonna be hard to
because
do because the Chiefs is the
bec-
Chiefs.
because every time y'all play the Chiefs, y'all have this great historic game, and you always come shot. The last time when
Every
Josh
time.
Allen coming out party, when we like, oh, Josh Allen is gonna be one of the elite quarterbacks. The reason why we said that it was when you guys played when Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes go head to head in the playoffs, and it was literally back and forth until the 13 seconds that would bring up the whole game. When he threw that pass to Kelsey, and when he was yelling to Kelsey, just do it, Kelsey, do it during his cannons. It happens like y'all have all these historic games, and some of the Bills come out short. And I don't I was watching freaking thing. What was I watching? I was watching First Take, and they were talking who do we blame, what I can. And Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. I understand what you were saying. I get what y'all were trying to get at,
Hmm.
but I can't even say that Josh Allen didn't do his best,
Yeah, that would be lying. That would be lying.
because
He
I
he did
understand y'all,
miss a couple, but
but
he still
but
got down that field
yeah,
regardless of his misses.
but because I understand that we're trying to say he got to step in, because I think y'all didn't look at that play in totality. Y'all was like, oh, you got to step into that play and make that touchdown to Shakiri. I understand he has a great arm, but if you watch that play, because I watched it when y'all was saying it and y'all was showing the clip when the pass skipped, it like hit the ground, and like you call it skip the ground, skip to the receiver. If you watch that play in totality, he was getting stepped on his shoe while he was throwing it, so he can't even jump and do anything. So
Hmm.
so he had to stand still and throw it and hope that that throw power that he threw with can make it. But also he's one side of his body is going the different direction where he's supposed to be going. Because when you watch quarterbacks, it's like they go this, and when you're getting stepped on, you can't even do the full motion, so you gotta throw it going some in a different way. So I get what you were trying to say, but I understand I kind of said it with Dan Olaski on that take a little bit more, because he was saying there was a 600-pound 600 thrown on his leg.
Hmm.
That was true, and he was getting stepped on at the same time. So I can't even blame him from that play. He tried
Even
his best.
even the pass to Diggs,
That
where
was a dot.
they all yo that was a dot. It was on point, and Diggs just didn't catch it. And I
Diggs
understand
lost.
why, because dude was right there. He
I
was
think
contested.
also
I
Diggs
think
lost track. Plus, also Diggs probably lost track of the ball
definitely,
while it was in the air,
definitely, he
because
has to
that was a
catch that
dot.
one. He got to catch
Then
that
the
one.
two passes that he threw to the number 18, I don't know his name, the guy who dropped like two passes, that was another dot. He threw to only where his receiver can catch it. The guy dropped it. The other one, the guy kind of, number one, let me tell you this. Number 18 for the Bills. Sometimes don't argue with the refs. Act like you catch the ball.
Hmm.
Act like you caught the ball. Don't argue with them. Act like you caught the ball. When you just dive and you act like put your hands under it, and somehow you didn't catch it, get up and do this. Like watch when we I think when we played the 49ers last year, when we when Jalen Hurts threw the ball to Devontae Smith, and he caught it by technically he didn't catch the ball. Like the deep, it was like a huge deep shot, and he caught the ball.
Hmm.
But
Just
when
hurry
you
up
watch the
offense, bro. Don't even.
a minute when you what
Don't worry
a minute
about
when
it.
bro, a minute when Devontae Smith got up, and he saw the ref sing a catch, he literally got up and started telling Jalen, nah, we are not howling. I didn't catch this ball. Just run the place early, quick, before he can challenge this play. That's what you need to do. Be smart. You're at home. They ain't gonna show the replay on the screen for the coach to challenge it. They didn't. They
Yeah,
don't have that
that
time.
Never argue
Just
with the refs either because they
yeah,
might be in favor of the other team. That's
yeah,
another thing. Stop
just
relying on refs.
just run. If you saw the other rest say catch, just tell Josh
Yes.
Allen, hurry up, let's go, let's play. No substitution, no nothing. Come on, throw in, run and play. Then we'll figure it out later. We can figure that out later.
Because just like the Kings ref, just like the refs between
Yeah,
the NFL, Patriots, etc. Like they rig games, bro. Don't stop
yeah,
relying on the ref. That's what y'all
yeah.
need to stop doing in sports. I don't know
Uh,
why y'all do that. But it was a great
but
game. That touchback,
that touchback,
that was crazy.
I still don't believe it was really a touchback. I feel like it was down, but
I think it was a touchback. I think it actually was one because you can't really see it in every replay. You don't know. You don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, that's what I was saying. They could have just kept because when they showed the replays, like the rule on the field that he wasn't he was down. So I believe that you should have just kept the rule on the field. That's what you normally do
Mm-hmm.
when it's not clear and obvious. And I believe that's what they should have did. Just say, okay, the runner was down when he fumbled. I believe that was the my call I would have made because I didn't see. Did you see any clear obvious that he fumbled where he was in the air?
Not really. Really, when dude hit his hand is when he
Yeah,
fumbled, and he kind of
but
forced that fumble. So honestly,
yeah,
I think he wasn't really down. I'm not gonna lie.
but
I
I
think he
also
wasn't down.
but because when I was seeing it, when I saw that I was like, plus his hips was already down when the ball. I'm like, I don't. It's not clear and obvious, so I'd rather not just penalize, even though he didn't hit them
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day. But I believe that they should have not did that. The Bills running a fake punt. That was a terrible play call from Sean McDermott. That was so terrible. I believe he should not do that at all.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Oh, there was a lot of things that
The
happened.
fake punt was crazy. The fact that they did the fake punt and did 4-0, and then did 4-0 or 3-0 again,
Mm,
bruh, y'all gotta capitalize on that touchback. Y'all gotta capitalize on that fake punt. Like y'all didn't. Honestly, y'all had so many opportunities to capitalize. I can't even say that the refs did anything. I can't say
yeah.
that anything had like y'all just didn't capitalize. The missed field goal. How did you miss that? How? Like I'd always wonder like how. I mean, it is a high pressure situation, and everybody ain't
Mm,
built for the moment. But bruh, you have to make that. It's like what 30, 40 yards. You have to make that. But that was a great game. That fourth quarter
yeah.
alone was really good football, yo. That was
Yeah.
tough.
So next week is the 49ers and Lions and the early that's at nighttime at 6 o'clock. Then you got early in the morning at 3 p.m. Sunday, you got the Ravens versus the Chiefs. This is Patrick Mahomes' second road game. I don't know why we keep bringing this up, but yeah, I want to bring it up.
Yeah, they
This
want to.
is
I
sec.
think they want to add to his story. I really think he's going to win this game, honestly. But
I want to say to be honest, I'll be honest with you. I would have said yes. I would have agreed with you before I saw what the Ravens did to the Texans.
yeah, you think they're going? You think they're going to cook
I
him?
I would say, yeah, we got they got Patrick Mahomes.
Hmm.
They have a chance. Yes, they do have a chance. But I forgot, then y'all also forget they got another motherfucker waiting number 8 on the other side. And that nigga is he's like Patrick Mahomes, just different. He's made in
He
the lab.
he is yeah.
He's made
Lamar Jackson is different.
like we can say, oh,
But if they don't lose here, I think they do win the Super Bowl, and I hope
if the
so. I
yeah,
hope so.
if the Ravens don't lose, and I want to say
Unless they
one
pull
thing.
a Panthers,
Nah, I
they can
don't
pull
think
a
so. There,
Panthers.
there's no team. There's not a team right now. None of the teams that left. They have the Broncos type of defense.
Shout out Cam, but a true believer
I
of the Ravens. But I do like
but
Lamar Jackson, so I
because
hope they do.
okay, I gotta say this. I don't know. Maybe now, one thing I want to say this. If the Ravens, because I know this is something I've watched what the Chiefs gonna do. If the Chiefs decide to do what they normally do and blitz Lamar, that's gonna be a bad outcome for them. Because Lamar is like Patrick Mahomes. But it's different when Lamar is doing it. Because Lamar will pump fake and think he's running, while freaking Zay Flowers, who's their rookie, who's phenomenal, he's running a slant. It's gonna be different with like the Eagles. That's what I was saying. The Eagles gotta run slants when the blitz is coming.
We need somebody that's fast enough to really do that though.
We
And
have
got and
one.
got and got
We
the good route
we
running. I don't think our route running is that amazing. I think we just got really
no, we
good
got we
pass
got no, we
offense.
got one. Oh, okay. Number
like
one, yeah, we only on that game against the Bucks, we only had one person who actually good at route running. That was Devontae Smith.
mhm.
But I believe if we actually do that, when you watch Zay Flowers is just he's like a miniature. He's like a miniature. You know how Deshaun Jackson was with the Eagles? Just he's running a route. He's running a route, but he's doing the route is weird. Like Lamar, I think it was against the Dolphins. I think I explained he literally dropped back like he's a lefty. Literally the whole defense shifted, and you just see Zay Flowers is by himself, wide open. I'm like, that's what Lamar does. He
Mm,
plays mind games, but his mind games are way different from. He's like Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes playing mind games as like a traditional quarterback.
mm,
Lamar plays mind games as a weird quarter. He's playing mind games on a different level. He's playing mind games with you, like he's gonna act like he's gonna run, like he's gonna run out. He'll be like, "Oh, Lamar is about to run this ball. Let me go tackle him." Nope, this man is just ready, waiting you for you to crib down so that his tight end comes open. He throws that ball. It's gonna be a great game because I want to see how disciplined is the one, how disciplined is both defenses when they're going against each offense. That's probably the best game of this weekend because I don't care about
it
the
has
40.
it has the potential.
Yeah, I don't care about the 49ers or the Lions. That game, it might end up the 49ers might end up losing bad or losing again because I didn't like what they looked against the Packers. Maybe because they were going against a future Hall of Famer who is too early to say, but he looked like a future Hall of Fame, a good quarterback. Maybe that's it, but I don't know because y'all look ridiculous. Now, before we get into the other stuff I wanted to get into, let's talk about Jordan Love real quick. I touched on it a little bit, but Jordan Love, I think you need to take that stupid thing, that mentality that you throw when you threw that ball, the second interception. That's on you. Because why did you throw the ball across your body in the middle of the field? That's dumb as hell when you're going against the 49ers. That's stupid. That's quarterback rule number one. When you play Madden, when you do those plays on Madden, literally the commentators that you should not do that. Don't do it. This is not Madden. You playing real life. Understanding Madden, sometimes you get away with it. Don't do that.
Mm,
You could have threw that ball out, had another play to live, and you could have won the game. But you decided to throw it across your body into traffic. Two linebackers dripped on one guy. I don't know what were you seeing on that play. I want to know if exactly what you saw because I didn't see nobody open. There was there were three guys on one person. I don't know what you saw. I want to know. But without further ado, man, you look like a great quarterback. Hopefully, this is not just a one hit one that type of deal, but you look like a great quarterback out of your first year starting.
yeah,
You look like
yeah, he looks nice.
Aaron. You look like Aaron Rodgers, number one. You look very great.
Him, Stroud. Um,
There's a lot
I
of
seen
people that
earlier this year, somebody made a meme of like all the quarterbacks compared to like 2000s quarterbacks. It was
mm,
Manning, both Mannings, and Breeze and everybody else. And yeah, I think we're back to that. I think we're back to that. It's a bunch of
yeah,
good
there's great
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks, and that different from the succeeders. Like in the 2000 quarterbacks, they will stand still. These ones they can run a little bit. The power with the only one who I believe he's like a traditional quarterback is Stroud. I've not seen Stroud run a lot. He he's just come under pressure. Now let's talk about uh now right before I get on the podcast, I was going through, TikTok. There's a drama happening on the comic view, because I want to touch the Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle. I don't want to touch on that. That's that's another topic on another day. So I see this video right on TikTok. This lady goes on, I guess she went on TikTok 2 days ago. I don't know, sometime this weekend she went on TikTok saying that she had a bad experience as an opening comic for a bigger comic who's also that blah blah blah. Saying that the comic insulted her on stage, the comic said this, that, blah blah. She said a lot of things. Right. Said the comment called her a substitute teacher. The comment said, why did we book her? This is not the crowd for her. She doesn't fit in. If you wanted a refund, I'm blah blah blah. Right.
All
She
those
said,
things
oh,
can be true, by the way. They are hurtful, but they could be very true. You could be
so
built
the
like a substitute teacher, and you this
so
crowd could
so
not be right for
so
you.
so this, if you go on TikTok, this is between, her name is Katie Comics, right? So she went on TikTok, said all this bad stuff about the man, right? So then it's this is Katie Comic and Mojo Brooks. So Mojo Brooks came on TikTok again, responded to a TikTok or to a accusations and everything. And this man had receipts. Had the problem, the difference between her story and his story, he had receipts. His receipts were saying, one, she wasn't she wasn't that good on stage, and she said, because she said, I introduced him here, the great crowd. I don't know why he made that joke, lady. I'll tell you from all the receipts and everybody who was at that comic, that comic, that comic comedy club, that they didn't agree with you.
She wasn't funny.
She wasn't funny. Most of them say she was boring, and when she said he brought him up with great energy, she said back wild. She said, let's get back wild for Mojo in a comic in a comic in a comic club full of black people. You didn't do much research, lady. So he brought out receipts saying that, oh, he was late. No, he said, and I guess people say no, he wasn't late. He was there super early. He was way before you even arrived. He was there. He was just in a different room as you, and he was doing live. He was live streaming before the doors opened in the green room, telling them that pushing the show. The show is supposed to start at 7. They pushed it to 7:30 because they wanted everybody because the show was sold out. They wanted everybody to come in, right?
Hmm.
So everybody came in. She did a set. The set was not great. She bombed. Well, I guess that's the word when you have not a great set.
You
She
bombed.
bombed this. She bombed this set. Uh, the part when she said the joke that she was mad about when he said the thing, he came because when she brought him out, right? She said, he does TikTok. He blew up on social media. I was so like that. Uh, let get back wild. And he came out and said, I don't know. He's like, I'm sorry. He's like, man, we had a substitute teacher here. I mean, he made it was a light joke about a substitute teacher. Yeah, right? He's like,
Yeah,
he told
because you're
y'all,
not supposed to be on this card. Obviously, you're not supposed to be here.
Then he said, they brought a substitute teacher,
Hmm.
right? He said a substitute teacher. He said a substitute teacher type of thing. Then he's and I don't know why my speed my other Bluetooth speaker keep in and going in and out. Then he said, he told y'all to get Bow Wow. That's crazy. He's like, yeah, he's like, you know what? He's like, I ain't gonna stand my joke. Y'all ain't gonna bring me out like that. I'll do it myself. So he went and redid his whole entrance, brought himself in because she did a terrible joke, right? Then the part when she said, he said our the refund type of thing. The joke wasn't directed to her. The joke was a fan DM'd him while he was backstage, saying, "I think I'm at the wrong show," and and he's like, that's where he was like, a fan. I just got his like, I just checked my DM and a fan just sent me a DM saying, "I think I'm at the wrong show," and I was like, yeah, tell you know, can you tell her, yeah, I'm ready now. I because he's like she wants it's like a refund or something. It's like, nah, I ain't giving you money back. The joke wasn't about you. Technically it was, but it wasn't about you. She took it and flipped it and said he said the fans wanted a refund. He didn't say that. He was making a joke. Say I ain't giving no refunds back. Yeah, I'm not giving money back. That's the joke was. He didn't attack, and then after he made that joke, he said, "Can everybody give it up for the opening act?" It was not about you.
He actually bigged you up and made funny jokes. It's I don't know. Some
It was
people
not
just
about.
don't know what
Then when
comedy is.
now I go to your TikTok, you come here and people saying they're making it black and white thing. No, people are not making this shit about black and white. Yes, you white. Nobody brought that up. Nobody, and you were saying that people he told you to kill yourself. Nobody told you to unalive yourself. He just say bring up the facts. He brought out facts, and when you kept double down, he brought out more facts and showed you the videos of your set. Your set was not that good. You don't know how to read a room. You say you were self-aware. You were not self-aware. You were saying, oh, because he's big on social media, he's not more talented. It was not about talent. You should read a room. That room is full of black people. And the joke that you said he was talking about righteous, that he wasn't talking about you. He was just saying, people, I bet you guys were thinking ways that we came here for the ghetto stuff. That's what he was saying. He didn't say you should say that stuff. He was just saying that's his type of jokes. So most of the people came there to see him make ghetto jokes. That's the problem. And worse on all, you got every other comic, every other comics in your comments telling you were wrong and you still ain't apologize. They said you were wrong. You bombed. Just take it on the chin. This is your first couple shows. Take it on the chin and learn from it. He was trying to use like one, he tried to do a favor and put you in a different audience, but you can't read the room and do different jokes. That's the problem. I think comic. I understand being a comic is very difficult, but sometimes you gotta read the goddamn room in which you are in. Yeah, no, there's a comic that I like. I forgot his name. Tomlinson. He's half black and half white. He knows how to read a room. And you find a point. You come to go to when you watch most of his videos and you find people recording. Most of the people, his audience is not white. They're black because his dad is black. But the whole time, if he is in a comic when he's fully white people, he doesn't do his normal jokes that he does when he's with black people. And the fun part, most black people say, "Man, you know that this is not you. You are not them." Because I think he did a joke when he was the comic. The whole room, it was not fully white, but it was mostly white people. So he didn't do his normal politics jokes. And the black people in the comment section is like, "Yo, Todd, we know that you're reading the room and you saw it full of white people, so you didn't want to offend them a little bit. But this is not you. We all know you black. Stick to your jokes." Like he made a joke and he said, I believe I'm the best, and the what something best anti-Trump something." A black lady started heckling him, and he literally w- didn't make another joke. He was just replying to her in funny ways, and the room was laughing. But it was the way he replied and acknowledged the saying, "No, I'm not making fun of you. It's just you just getting mad of out of nothing. This is not what you signed up for." Yeah, I want to say that. Like comics, y'all gotta know what you're getting into. If you looked in the room and you saw that they were not your people, this is the same thing that happened with the singer who went on a tour with I think was it Road Wave,
Yeah,
and
Ari Lennox.
she said they were booing her
Yeah,
on
but
there.
she got slaps though, so I don't know. Just play the slaps and get
No,
out of it.
but I think also she said
Like
most
I
of the
don't
whole tour the fans were not giving her the energy back. It happens.
play the
She
slaps and get out of there. What are we talking about? Y'all niggas make too much money to be talking just stupid. Y'all sound stupid and look stupid.
I
She went out
understand
there with a
for
football helmet and started singing. Just yo, just do the slaps. She has actual slaps.
yeah,
I don't
I think
believe
the
that they didn't give you the energy the whole time. Do your little 15 minutes. If he's late, you do the hour, you go through it, and just go, man. Just play
yeah,
your slaps.
but
You got a couple slaps. Go play them.
yeah, man,
They'll give
I
you back
think
the
this is the
energy
problem.
eventually. You got to win the crowd at some point. How are you an
I think
entertainer and don't know how to entertain people?
I don't know, man.
What age are
I
we
don't,
in?
man.
What's going
We
on?
in the age of people don't use common sense. You forgot this is type of Gen Z. They don't use
Are we
common
talking
sense.
like what are we talking about?
They don't use common sense. I'm right now. I'm talking about a white lady who's crying wolf when she's the one in the wrong. And I don't want to bring this her skin color in this, but she's crying wolf and playing the victim when Leah there's evidence and receipts. Just apologize and say, "Man, my bad. I didn't do great. I know.
And if you're not a good comedian, you gotta like, or if you just
Let it
starting
go.
out, like you gotta say that. Like you can't just, cause then people
Let it
won't
go."
understand it. Like, yo, she's starting out. All right, cool. Like it's not even a big deal, bro. You just bombed. That's
And
it.
most of
Everybody
the
bombs at
worst
some point.
part, when you were saying that the crowd was, and most of the people in the crowd literally DM'd him saying, "Man, we saw a video. Let's be honest, she was not that great." He's like, "We were forcing ourselves to laugh." He's like, "You know how when somebody at school is making a joke and you don't want to, you know, you don't want to be bad to them, but you just want to force out a laugh." He
Hmm.
said that's why it was like a drag giggle. Like, "Yeah, man, that was kind of funny." It was not that funny, but it was cool. He said that's what she was doing. I want to say that. But without further ado, man, I want to say, man, this week we gotta have some great games. I'm thinking, I don't know if Vinique is working this weekend. If he wants to, we might do a live stream. If y'all want to see us do a live stream, us, you know, watching some games. Y'all might come
We
here.
could, cause I don't think I'm
You
pretty
work
sure
on Sunday?
I don't work Saturday or Sunday. I don't think.
Yeah. If you
I
don't
only
work,
worked yesterday because I picked up a shift.
yeah, well, without further ado, man, y'all know what to do. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I don't know what else. We'll figure out because he started work, so we'll figure out how to do the podcast from now on to see if we do the weekend or
Yeah, like,
yeah,
comment, and subscribe. Do all those
yeah, man.
things.
Oh yeah, we forgot to say, man, shout out to y'all who the people who commented. We didn't
Facts.
forget about you because that was funny, but we ain't gonna say you know who you are.
It's goofy, yo. Something's wrong with this man. Um, but yes, like, comment, and subscribe, please.
Man,
You
yeah,
mean
man,
get
we
our
didn't
numbers
forget
up?
about you.
You mean download the pod, stream the
Yeah.
pod, all that
Shout
stuff.
out, go to Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon
Hmm.
Music. I want to say Google Podcast, but that's going away soon, so you don't have to do that. What else? Serious? I don't know if we're on Serious, but Serious XFM, we might be. I'm not sure. iHeart Radio, the app iHeart FM. Go download the podcast. We'll see you guys in the next episode.